What's up, guys? Mr. Dan here, back again with a review of a few of the films by director Phil Stevens that he sent me some months ago. Some months back, I believe it was Karen from Ocean Chicks Films, reviewed the movie Flowers by Phil Stevens, and subsequently interviewed some of the actresses that were in the film. And a few other people also reviewed the film, and the director Phil Stevens was nice enough to reach out to me. We all interacted in the comments of these videos and started following each other on YouTube and Instagram. And he was nice enough to reach out to me and get my address and send me essentially his filmography, including a couple of different versions of Flowers, black and white version, DVD, Blu-ray. I kind of feel bad because I have not reviewed any of his films yet. Well, that's obviously changed. I just wanted to set that up. And I'm kind of glad I did it this way. I feel bad about taking so long, but I'm kind of glad that I started with one of his other films that he did before Flowers. So I feel like I'm going to kind of work my way up to that. So for this review, I reviewed Frank Edge Jr. This is from 2009. An exploding gas can production. A drug-fueled fantasies of snuff and self-destruction erupt when a down-and-out man who's obsessed with violence and self-mutilation gets pushed too far. This is going to be a short review because that's basically the movie. That's what you see. I assume shot in and around Philadelphia on the outskirts. I think I've watched now. If you go to the Phil's YouTube channel, you can see a lot of his short films. I need to get back into watching some of those. I think one of them was actually filmed in one of the same locations, like the back of a truck, a tractor trailer. In the film, there's a dealer who's dealing like drugs, and he's got like tapes, DVDs of violence, and the main character Frank comes in and purchases some of both. And I think that location was also used in one of his short films. But yeah, this is a gritty, grim film. It's not for everybody. I think if you watch one or two of his short films, you might get a sense of whether it's for you or not, or see if you can find a trailer. It just basically shows this guy unravel. He's not in the greatest state. It's not like he's happily married living in a cul-de-sac on Main Street, USA, somewhere in the beginning of the film. But as he's living in like a grimy apartment, and then he's trying to go to work. His car stalls. He gets pissed, of course. He has to go take the bus. He's got somebody that comes back into his life and stays with him. And to be honest, I don't know if I picked up on it, whether it was ex-wife, girlfriend, or sister. I'm sorry if I don't remember that. But she's kind of horrified at the state of him and his apartment, and she lets him know it. So you've got that, and you've got he's kind of scoping out a woman at the bus stop that he's with. And basically, he starts to just like feed these horrible desires of his, watching these violent tapes. It kind of reminded me a little bit of the low budget slasher film I reviewed a while ago called "And Then You Die," which took about 20 to 25 minutes to show how this guy's day came apart and unraveled, including car trouble. That went on a little longer than this one. But that part kind of reminded me of it, and it reminded me almost a little bit of Falling Down with Michael Douglas. He still continues to get up and put on like a tie. He's got like this loosely fitting tie and a white shirt for like much of the movie, even though he's not really going anywhere or accomplishing anything. And then he's like cutting himself, and there's one scene where he almost gets caught. He's like slicing his arm, and someone comes in and he just kind of like turns his arm down, but he's got little like specks of blood all over his shirt, like almost the whole movie. I won't really say too much more about the plot. I mean, you've already kind of got a summary, but Phil does a great job at making you feel kind of uneasy. He's in his apartment. First of all, the floor is just littered with junk and little bits of paper. Like, even on my worst days, I we've all needed to run the vacuum, now and then, and looked around and go, wow, I got to really clean up. But trust me, this is way worse than that. And he's just sitting there slouched in the chair the whole time. A lot of time there's a TV on, and it's just like static, and he's like dead to it. It's like you, the viewer, are having a problem with it. You're like, whoa, but he's just sitting there, just kind of not even fazed by it. I mean, yesterday, because of the rain, my lights were flickering in my house, and it's driving me nuts. I actually got up and went into another room because it was bothering my eyes. But this guy Frank just doesn't even notice, and things go downhill as time goes on. Okay, so he continues to sort of mutilate himself, and eventually resorts to murder, and it's a pretty grim film overall. But I'm glad, like I said, I'm glad that I did this in the order that I did. So I'm kind of saving. I'm going to see the progression up to Flowers and Flowers 2. Except I kind of messed up because Below Man came out before Frank Edge Jr. So I'll probably watch that one next and sort of progress from there. The sequel. So yeah, really good introduction to Phil's filmmaking style, and I enjoyed it, certainly on a level. I appreciate it on a level. Like I said, not for everybody. All right, thanks a lot, guys. Later.